1967 Jaguar 420. That's the 4.2 straight six, this one, on the manual gearbox in white. Engine's really smooth on it. A little bit of got a tiny little bit of a fuel leak from the pump in the back there, which we have just noticed. Very small leak there. And I could do with a little bit of so I want some very light recommissioning just to get it back where it wants to be. But like I say, engine start on the button, lovely and smooth. Toby has had it down the road a little bit just to clear it through there. And the brakes seem to be nice and straight as well, which is always a bonus. Rolls nice and free. So bodywork wise, we're going to start off the bonnet, work our way around this lovely big Jag onto the interior, and then we'll go for an engine start up, all nice and white. Up the bonnet there, a little bit of corrosion coming through on the left hand side of the chrome strip on the bonnet there. Nice and tidy up the back edge there, no big heavy corrosion or rust blebs around the windscreen. Nice and straight panel size, no dings, no dents, lovely and straight down the wing tops. The odd little imperfection, the paint where it's been painted at some point, but not a bad job at all. Around the top of the windscreen you'll see a little bit of paint flake across the top there, but again no corrosion, which is nice to see. Down that left hand side wing top, moving straight as we come down on the headlights, nice and clear there. No corrosion around the bottoms of the headlights there, but there's a few little blebs here and there underneath. The bumper's in a nice condition with some very light pitting. You'll see once some attention to the front panel there under the grille. Again, right hand side on the headlights, no corrosion, no nastiness there. A little bit of corrosion down the bottom, nothing underneath the headlights, all nice and clear around the lights. The grille's in good condition. The Jag's all nice and straight across the badge there, all nice and fresh as we come round and down the right hand side. Chrome wires with the chrome knot-offs, a little bit of corrosion to the spindles, but that's all. Around the arch there, a few little blebs on the bottom, and as you come around the arch you'll see one or two bits of corrosion on that driver's side front wing, and again a few little repairs down the lower half of the sill section, but all nice and white with no nasty stone guard lines anywhere. A little bit of blebbing coming through on the front of the right hand side door. Coming down the door onto that rear right hand side, again a few more blebs on that the driver's rear door there. I got your words out this morning. And again a few more at the back, but nice and straight down that right hand side as we come back on that lovely big sweeping rear quarter. Nice and straight around the rear quarter. Again some corrosion starting around the arch there, which you can see there as you come down the bottom, a little bit worse towards the back of the right hand side rear valance arch and quarter there. Around onto the rear of the boot and the chrome again. Rear bumper is in lovely condition. No heavy pitting at all, but a little bit of pitting to the overriders. And a little bit of pitting to the boot handle and number plate light there, but nice and tidy apart from that up the boot. Lovely and straight on the paint side of things, all the lights are nice and clear as well. No heavy corrosion on the lower sections there underneath the lights where it meets the valance. A little bit of blebbing coming through on the bottom of the boot there. And a little bit underneath the screen from the middle to the left hand side. Coming down the left hand side rear quarter and arch again, lovely and tidy down that side. Again a few blebs coming through on the arch itself, which you can see there with it being white. There's a few more underneath the paint as well. Across the lower half of the sill section again, we're going to want a little bit of attention there. I have got some blebs on the bottoms of the sill sections and the bottoms of the doors there on the left hand side. A few bits of cracking to the paintwork. Well worth sorting out this one. They're fetching really good money now, these 420s. Lovely and straight around the arch, but again we have got corrosion coming through on that left hand side front wheel arch, but nice and straight down that whole left hand side once again. Interior wise, you've got the red leather, so nice colours. For the paint flake on the top of the driver's door, you can see that in various parts here and there. But it definitely wants some paintwork and maybe a little bit of welding. Door card itself, no rips or tears, but a little bit of fade to the armrest there and some delamination across the door cap woods. The seat itself, although nice and soft on the lower half, it's obviously been painted at some point, I would think, across the lower half. Got various bits of wears, a few little cracks here and there across the driver's seat and the armrest, but it's nice and soft. It's right for the year and the mileage. It hasn't been restored at all in there. Nice and tidy across the dash top. The wood itself has got some delamination. It's not very shiny. I know they're not as shiny as a Rolls Royce, but it does want some work to the dash top there. But all in all, nice and complete. Nice and tidy across the headlighting there. Into that right hand side rear. Again, a little bit of fade at the top of the door card, but nice and tidy, no rips, no tears. The rear seats again are nice and soft. They're not going to split when you sit on them. But again, a little bit of sun fade across the rear bench seat from the right to the left. Into the boot now. Like I say, it has got a little bit of a fuel leak on that union there. the spare battery there and some spare bits and pieces in the boot itself. Left hand side rear, again bit of sun fade to the top, some delamination to the wood but no rips or tears on the door card. And the seat itself got a bit of wear at the bottom of the bolster, but again no rips or tears across the back seat, nice and soft. Not going to split when you're setting up with a nice red carpet set. Left hand side front again, nice and tidy on the door cap itself. Again, some sun fade towards the top half. And the seat itself, once again, nice and soft, no rips or tears to the passenger front seat. Nice place to be sat, but does want some pre-colonising in there. Into the engine bay now, all nice and tidy in there. Toby's going to fire it up into life. Just fire straight into life. Like I say, Toby did take it down the road. He said the brakes were nice and straight on it. Ticking over nice and happy there. Engine sounds lovely on that one. Nice and smooth. Toby did say the charging lights on as well, so I don't think it's charging. But the battery hasn't been flat in all fairness to it. It did fire straight into life there. Like I say, he did take it down the road. Seemed to go through all the gears nicely. The brakes, he was impressed with how smooth the brakes were and how straight they were. The charging light is on there. Just want a little bit of paintwork in places. This one I need a little bit of welding, but there you have it, that lovely big Jaguar 420 straight 6 there in white.